So, good evening, everybody, and welcome along to Friday Night Live with the RB. Link is up, and I'm going to repost that again in just a minute. Good to see you, Setzer, and very nice to see you here. If you do want to jump in on the StreamYard link, we are going to copy and paste it up into the YouTube. It's already at the top of the banner. If you want to join in, jump in on the stream. We're going to be chatting about quite a few things tonight now. There are a couple of things that have been happening on the Facebook and the YouTube over the last couple of days. And the big one to obviously go about is what Salty and Sprinkles, Sets of Pendants, Big Smitty Riding are doing out in the States. What they're doing is trying to raise money for a PTSD dog. Now, obviously, as a dog owner, and we've got a rescue dog, he is our boy. We couldn't have kids, so we bought ourselves a dog. But the best thing to do is obviously these guys. I'm going to put the link up at the bottom. So there are a couple of guys on the Facebook channel that are the EMS Angels. Now, these guys are all emergency medical services personnel. What I would suggest is pop over onto their Facebook, have a look at what these guys do, and then you can obviously follow these guys, click on their channel, and if you do feel like donating, obviously I put £30 in. I'm going to probably try and raise as much as I can over the next couple of weeks and bang some video out for them, do a few more bits and pieces. The other guy to obviously follow is this guy, Sets of Pendants. He's on Facebook as well, so down the bottom on the stream, have a look at that, follow Sets of Pendants, and you can obviously see what is happening on that channel. So what we're going to do, we're going to crack everything out over the next couple of minutes, and then you can obviously see what is going on. We're going to get some special guests in as well, so if you do want to jump in on the stream, then good to see you. And obviously Mrs. Burning Gas Hauling Gas is here, Barry's here, nice to see you, Barry. Motor Rev's here, Minty, and all the boys, so it's very, very good to see you all. Hopefully this YouTube channel is working out. Let me just mute the volume because my YouTube's running. So loads and loads of people all jumping in. Salty and Sprinkles. So this is the man down the bottom, Salty and Sprinkles. He's the one that's obviously part of the EMS Angels group. Now, the EMS Angels are in Bayou City. I believe that is in Texas. Their link to their page is down the bottom. So all you got to do, facebook.com and then /ems.angels.bayou.city. You will find their page. Loads and loads of links I'm going to be posting up all night. And I want to see if I can at least get these guys. I think they're about $186 at the moment. I want to see if I can hit $1,000 by the end of this week and get them, if not just one dog, if we can get them a couple of dogs. If you are ex-military, and I know most of the bikers that we follow, and obviously the bikers that come on this channel are all military bikers. So military biker is going to be on later after this stream. So once you've finished here in a couple of hours, jump across. Military biker is going to be on about 1 p.m. in the morning, our time. But do jump on that stream, check out Military Biker. And as I say, all these guys that are all in the chat are all bikers. Most of them are ex-military. So jump on, give them some support and see what you can do and help these guys out. So if you do want to jump in on the stream, link is up there, guys. Come and join me on the stream and tell me all about what you do. Nice to see Carl Datz is here as well. So good evening, Carl. Yeah, 2 dogs, about $12,000. So let's see what we can do. You know, if we can at least get one dog out of this, let's just see how much money we can get for these guys out in the States. It's really good to support a good cause. You get too many people that are, oh, I've got this, I've got that. But if you do want to obviously stick some money on, then check out EMS Angels, Salty and Sprinkles. All these guys are in the side chat at the moment. So jump on their YouTube page. They've got Facebooks as well. I'm sure they'll post up in the side chat their pages, and go and support them, and let's see what we can do. I am going to introduce someone into the room. I haven't seen this guy in weeks. If you've not seen his he did a local video around the local Harley store, and he thought, oh, which one shall I buy? He not only does bike videos, he does some really, really good cooking videos. So we're going to introduce the other half of the Diesel brothers, and this is Diesel's Hogs Fogs, and he is out in Canada. Here he is, the man himself.
How you doing, man?
I'm very, very good. Great to see you. How you been?
I haven't had a Friday off in quite some time, so I saw you pop up and I thought, hey, gotta go say hi.
So before we introduce the next one, obviously the floor is yours. Tell everybody on the stream what you do for a living.
Oh, well, I better. No, I don't have to take that. Sorry.
That's all right.
Actually, I'm an oil field guy. I'm what they call a well site supervisor. So service rigs and stuff. I supervise the rigs when they're on the well.
Brilliant.
So,
And we've got the man himself down the bottom. And we're going to introduce in Salty and Sprinkles. So this is Mr. Salty himself. Let me just get it round. So we got it. That's it. Exactly. And there is Sprinkles. So evening, Salty. Good to see you. We're trying to do as much as we can to obviously get you this service dog for your EMS Angels. So tell us a little bit about what you do and the EMS crew. And the floor is yours.
All right. Yeah, I'm Salty. Got the Salty and Sprinkles YouTube channel, but we have the EMS Angels Motorcycle Club down here in Houston, the Bayou City chapter. We're raising money and funds to sponsor a first responder PTSD dog. It's going to be going to a young lady named Annie. She lost her husband last year, and she is suffering from PTSD off the job and on the job. So she has given us full permission to tell the story, but she gets severe anxiety, depression. Like when she goes on a call where there's a death on scene, like it brings back real bad memories of, her husband's passing. And he was a young dude. He was actually a medic for the Life Flight here in Houston. So her story was like super touching for like all of us. And we had a bunch of great candidates that were like, requesting help. I wish we could do more, but like I said, the dogs are super expensive. This is our first year and we're trying to get as much help as we can. But yeah, it's going to be June 6th and we're super excited about it.
Brilliant. So hopefully the day goes good for you. I'm going to see if I can get as many English bikers to obviously get onto your channel as we can, get you some support. But obviously, I'm trying my best. Obviously, I can only do a certain amount, but I'm going to push it as far as I can, obviously, with my channel and see what we can do for you guys out there.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Red Bomb.
You're very, very welcome. Setzer, get in on this show for God's sake. If you do want to get in on the chat, guys, I'm going to repost the link up for you on the YouTube. LXS guys here, nice to see you. Loads of my English guys are all turning up. So we've got Carl's here. We've got obviously Mr. LXS guys here. Minty's all turned up. Barry Darby's here, and obviously he rides an Lex Moto as well. So a load of my Lex Moto boys are all popping up on the show. So good to see you guys. But if you do want to jump in on the feed, feel free to do so. Quick one from DJ Reacts. I'm just going to answer this question quick. I've got Lex Moto Assault. My rear brake is really poor. Bled the system, still nothing. The Assaults, the Iskas, and especially the Titan scooters are terrible for rear brakes if you've got air in the system. What you're going to have to do, unfortunately, undo your rear brake master cylinder, top it up, bleed it, top it up, bleed it, top it up, bleed it, and also go to the main front one as well, because it is a twin pot system and it's front and rear. You have to bleed the entire thing out. It takes us absolutely ages. When we have to bleed a system, you're looking around about half a litre of brake fluid in that, and it's going to take you a good hour. So don't just go on the first one. Jump in at least 2 or 3 of those and just keep bleeding. So that is the only thing you could do on that. Yeah, Mrs. Burning Gas, Hauling Gas is here. What an amazing cause. It really is. And obviously the best, we're trying everything we do to get this service dog for these guys. But the more we can do for these guys out there, and obviously a lot of us ex-military guys know what PTSD is like. You do get, I have, if you watch my last video before I took the crunch, I have good days. I have some really, really good days, and then I have some really bad mornings. I still suffer. Obviously, I was in there when I was 17 to about 20, and obviously I'm 57 now. But I still get flashbacks of when we were out in the Falklands, and it was like, Jesus, I do still suffer from the odd nightmare a couple of times a year. Wake up with, sort of the sweats, and I do get anxiety every now and then. But, obviously PTSD is a big thing at the moment, and a lot of my friends still suffer from it. All my military friends that I knew still suffer from it. So everybody seems to think, it's just in your brain. It's in your brain. Unless you've suffered from PTSD, you're not going to know what it's like. So the big thing to do is obviously get in on it and help these guys out. And having a companion like a dog, this little one down here, he's asleep down here, so you can't see him. And I'm just going to pick the camera up and there he is down there. That is literally, he will not leave my side. He's asleep on the landing at the moment, so bless him, little bugger.
Sorry, man, I had to take work.
So,
No rest
but
for them.
he tends to be, because obviously the wife's been working at home for the last year or so, and she's gone back to work for a couple of days this week. And I won't say sort of too much of what he did, but Tuesday she went to work. I come home, checked him, absolutely perfect, no issue at all. I came home Wednesday, a brand new pair of shoes, and he'd pulled my shoe out, sat it by the front door, turned around and done a number 2 right in the middle of my shoe. He'd actually filled it up perfect, filled the shoe up perfect, no spillage.
But
But I thought,
with you.
yeah, but yeah, he does have his good days and his bad days, but we wouldn't, putting up with that for a couple of days until he gets himself back into the routine. And it's the same with him. He gets anxiety where he gets left at home on his own for a couple of hours. He gets anxious, and the first thing he does is claw the door. Then he'll pull the coats down, tends to have a wee all over the carpet. Well, this time he did the number 2, but a new pair of shoes, we can replace a pair of shoes. We would never replace the boy down there. So absolutely perfect. So as I say, guys, if you do want to jump in on the stream, you're very, very welcome to join us. I've posted the StreamYard link up half a dozen times, so just roll back up the feed. StreamYard link is there. Come and join us on the stream. And while Brad's here, obviously, I'm gonna talk about electric bikes again. Believe it or not, we've had that little. If you've seen the little blue one, the Cypher that I've ridden, where we unrestricted it.
Yes.
We had 2 in last week. They have both sold, and then I've sold another one today. We sold one called the G5, which is a little electric scooter, does 30 mile an hour. But the gentleman's come in to buy it. He had a look at it. He said, yeah, I want it for me other half, but we want it to sort of disappear off, take it with us, do a bit of camping. And I said, the best thing to do with those electric bikes, they are insurance approved, because you're not putting in a camper van, if it's got the garage on the back, you've not got a bike in there with a flammable substance in it. You've not got to worry about it falling over. It's electric. It's not going to catch light. It's not going to go over. It's as light as a feather. You can strap it down and then just pull it out. You can charge it off your motorhome, off your 240-volt socket, 2-3 hours time, and you're off to the down the road, and it will go 2 up and still do 30 mile an hour. Oh my God, the man is in the room. The filthy French fry is here.
My Alberta brother. Hey? Yeah.
I haven't seen filthy in absolutely ages. I was having a look through some of the old videos, the bit where he goes down the tunnel and he's like, rare bomb, rare bomb. So good to see you, French fry. Right.
He's up working to death up in.
I know. Quick question here I've got from Minty. What price does the new LXR 125 start? Well, they were selling at 2599. I actually sold one today, and it's actually gone up £100. They are now 2699 for the LXR. The £100 increase, obviously Euro 5. They've realised they've priced that bike wrong. There is about £200 margin in it for anybody that is selling one of those bikes. So the dealer is not making a lot of money out of the bikes.
No.
All it needs is one warranty claim to come back. You've lost your profit on the bike instantly. And obviously with the on the road fees and that, so we do 190 on the road, so which is £100 on the road fee. £90 covers the admin and paperwork, but obviously you've seen how we do that long prep process. A lot of dealers turn bikes out in a couple of days, quick bulk check, couple of miles on it. If that bike comes back under a warranty claim, and it normally would after about 3 days, because it's not going to be tested to the full, then you're going to get your issue. You're going to lose your warranty claim. So we tend to knock them out, and they're knocking out at 2890 at the moment. So that was that's the Euro 5 Minty. The Euro 4 version, if you can get one, that actually went out. I think they were 2499. So it's gone up a couple of £100. So it's not bad. I have got the video. If you can hear this machine whirring in the background, I'm actually editing 2 videos, which is why the video might be a bit jumpy today. I've got huge great amount of video storage running. I'm running 2 hard drives at the moment trying to upload these videos, but we've done the Royal Alloy GT125 today. And if you happen to see my Instagram post, we've actually took the red LXR out. So we had the first red one today. That's literally come straight in. I've got the first ride on it today. Lexmoto have obviously put the photo up and said, can you bang the video up? So that is what I'm currently editing at the moment to push up onto the channel tonight. So hopefully we can get up and see what that one's right. Do I like the LXR? Yes. Do I like the LXS? No. It's a personal, as I always say, all my bike rides are personal opinion. I sat on the LXR. I'm comfortable on that. The LXX is a smaller bike. It's 1.5 inches lower in the seat. And it's also a shorter bike. Being a long-legged rider, I struggled to find myself any comfort out of it. So if you're a small person, get yourself an LXS. If you're a larger person, LXR. As for the speed, they're both going to do the same speed, although obviously the LXS is 1.3 horsepower more. But it's horses for courses. Choose the bike you want. As I always say, if you're buying a bike, go and sit on one, try it for size, and then you'll know. Brad knows about that because obviously he's been and seen loads and loads of bikes, and he wouldn't have jumped on the first bike, would you, Brad?
Not a chance. Nope.
So try it for size, see how it feels, and then obviously take your choice from there. I will tell you though, Brad, I had to sit on another bike last week.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh boy. And
Yeah.
what is that?
I've been trying out several cruises. Obviously ZZR's coming, but I went and we had, because we do a lot of bike MOT, so the yearly inspection, and we had one in the other day, and it was a fat boy.
Oh geez.
And I'm like, I like this. He said, yeah, but wait till you see my other one. And I went, oh, right. And he's got 2 Harleys. And he said, it doesn't need an MOT, but I'll pop down and I'll show it to you. Brought it onto the yard. And I took one look at it. I went, that is really weird. Your front tire is massive compared to the rear. So he's got something like a 22-inch front tire on it.
Okay. Yep.
And an 18 or 19 on the back. And I said to him, what's that? And he went, this is called a Harley Breakout. And I sat on it and I'm like, oh, this is just so nice. It's probably the most comfortable bike out of every bike I've sat on in the last year.
Do you let you take it out?
No. And I said to him, how much did you pay for it? He said, you're lucky if you can get a good one between 18 and 20,000 pound.
Oh boy.
And I'm like,
40,000 Canadian.
Yeah, but this one was like 4 years old, so it's one of the late, but it's all custom modified. He's got a huge, great K&N filter pointing forward on it. He's got Vance and Hines straight pipes on it, and when that thing turned over, it was the houses in the road
Boom.
shook.
Did you tell me that you have been in contact with Damon?
I have indeed.
So where's that going?
I have sent them. I sent them a message, and they sent me a message back. And I emailed in and said, obviously I've been watching, and I named your channel in it as well. So I said, this guy has been sort of pushing it in Canada. When are you going to get a UK distributor? And he said, not at the moment. He said it is basically your area only. And I'm like, damn. He said, but when we do get a UK distributor, we will contact you and let you know when you can go and have the first test ride.
You could always buy one and bring it over. And
if I won the lottery tonight in the UK is 67 million. So if I do win one, I'm flying out and I'm bringing it home myself.
Hey, you can get the top one for 19,000 Canadian. So that's basically 8,000 pounds, 9,000 pounds. Cheap as chips, as you say.
Exactly. Yeah, it's probably one of the best electrics I've seen in absolutely ages. So. Quick one from LXS guy. Kawasaki Vulcan is quite nice. If you do want to follow a channel, he's on YouTube, Uncle Red. Just go in there, type Uncle Red Kawasaki Vulcan. You will find his channel, and he lives literally a mile, about say mile, 2 miles from me. And he actually plays guitar and records in the studio next to our garage. So,
oh, really?
He was in last week, and we put a new tire on his bike for him. So really nice guy. But go and check out Uncle Red's channel because he's a really nice guy. And some of the stuff he does, he hangs out with quite a lot of people that I hang out with. So Rhythmic Biker, New Biker, Shelley and Steph that ride with me, she's on the Facebook pages. So we are all out this Sunday, and we're off to the second week of Super Sausage. So
yes, you guys are free. You know,
we are
Super Sausage now. Yes.
Yeah, I went up there last Saturday, not last Sunday, and we had a run out, and obviously the high speed run on the way home. I know the picture is terrible; it's flickering because I am running shed loads of video at the moment, so obviously I'm uploading to YouTube at the same time, so can't help it, unfortunately. But we'll see what we can do on that. Obviously, it will get better as this video's editing. It's got currently 18.5 minutes of editing left, so we shall get there eventually.
I see Salty's still here. I wonder if Setzer's still here. He's mad at me.
Why is that?
As I told him he was going to die in a horrible flaming crash when he was going to fly to Vegas, as he doesn't like flying too much. So I got graphic with him, and I just got this.
So. Have you seen? Oh God, what was it? Bikes, Beards, and Brews latest Grind My Gears.
No.
He roasted. He did the Can-Am last week, and he's just done the. It's not the crossbow. It's the it's the one that's got the three wheels at the front and the engine at the back.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
And he's given that a really, really bad roasting. But let me just see if I can find it, because it was absolutely hilarious. Some of the comments that Ben had on his channel. Evening, Shelley. We was just talking about you.
Slingshot. Yeah, that
was it. The slingshot.
Yeah.
And I did say to him, obviously, is that the sort of vehicle that you ride down the road with a paper bag on your head doing the Goonies? Hey, you guys.
That's what Jones's rides. That's what his wife rides.
We have one over here called the KTM, and it's called the Crossbow. Now that thing is absolutely nuts, and I'm like, would I buy one? No.
So it's So that you were talking about the Slingshot that's got the Chevy engine in it?
I have no idea what engine.
Or the little Can-Am.
It's basically like a small Can-Am, yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't think that's the Slingshot then.
Yeah, this one's like a tiny little engine, but I wouldn't buy it for love or money. Yeah.
Yeah, my neighbor's got the Slingshot, which is like a car with only one rear wheel, and it's quite large. It's got the Chevy V6 in it. It actually goes crazy fast.
Yes, Grind My Gears needs the staple of our YouTube. It's very, very true.
He does a good job on that.
Quick one. Is your shop open for viewing? Sitting on bikes? It is. If I had some bikes to sell, I have sold every single bike. We have 0 bikes in stock at the moment. As soon as bikes come in, they're literally straight out the door. And obviously Shelley knows what it's like, because she came down, I think it was a week ago, to look at them. We had one LXS that was ready for the customer, and then obviously she sat on it, had a look at it, and that one's literally gone. The 2 LXRs that I had in 2 days ago, I've sold both of them. We had people in today, and they said, what have you got left to sell? And I said, the only thing I've got left now is electric scooters. That is the only thing I've got. We'll have one of them. So I've got literally 2 bikes out of 60. We're awaiting 60 bikes at the moment, but the last 2 bikes, I've sold one of them. I've got one left in the showroom, which is an electric scooter.
Yeah, so Scouse, the military biker, is fairly pissed right now. He was supposed to get the Pan American and take it for a test drive and stuff, and I was going to do his B-roll for him and be his camera guy, and they sold even the demo, everything just out the door. So yeah, so he's not happy.
Well, it's the same with used bikes in the UK. You can't get a used bike for love or money at the moment. It's absolutely ridiculous. So we're struggling to obviously get bikes out, and second-hand bikes. It was quite a funny one, because obviously I did a post this week with the LXS, and I did one with the LXR, and then put up the 2 videos, and I actually had someone comment on my page, and I was like, you're gone, you're out of here, you're banned, trolling me. And he put he basically called me a dickhead. I'm like, okay, fine. And I actually messaged him back and said, what seems to be your issue? Oh yeah, but you never ever take them all the way to full speed. How the hell are we meant to see what the full speed is like? I said, well, they're a brand new bike, and under our ruling, we are not allowed to ride over 45 mile an hour. Well, my bike does 72 flat out, and I'm like, all right. I actually went on his page and looked at his bike, and he has got the to say the bike is a piece of junk. It's a 2-year-old bike. He's put aftermarket exhaust on, but it's the first time that I've seen where the aftermarket exhaust is literally slipped onto the bike. He can't locate the bolt hole, so he's used a cable tie and a piece of string to mount the rear exhaust. And I'm like,
Jeez.
okay. And then
Nice.
when you actually get in close on the bike, every single panel has got a scratch. So however many times he's dropped that bike. So yeah. And he 18, 19-year-old, does it phase me? No. You're not going to be around long enough. If you ride like that, you're not going to be around long enough to be on a big bike.
That's right. Yeah.
But
Good grief. That's so funny.
Salty, pretty sure my wife's bike goes over 80 mile an hour in second gear. If you saw the fight, we had one in. We've got the Blackbird, the XX Blackbird XS 1100 in. And I took that out, but obviously when I was doing the video, I said, yeah, and I called it the Fireblade. It's actually got a Fireblade panel set on. It's got the Repsol Fireblade panel set on it, but it is the Blackbird. But that thing goes like the proverbial stink. And obviously back in the 90s, they brought the Hayabusa out, which was called the Blackbird Killer. And obviously the Hayabusa was the big one to be the big bike of the year, and that was killed off by the ZZR. The ZZR come along and just tranced all over it. And they've actually done, there was a video on YouTube where they actually put the Hayabusa, the Blackbird, and the ZZR all together to see who was the fastest, and the ZZR just walked all over them. And then obviously the guy brought his own H2 along, and the Kawasaki H2, being a smaller bike, supercharged, killed the lot of them.
Huh. Yeah. I was just noticing what MT Belly said down there. I think that's probably true. I think that, it also seems like for some reason RVs, same thing. You can't buy hardly a used RV here, trailer, caravan, whatever you want to call it.
It's very, very true. Yeah. So just to obviously fill you in on who MT is there, Brad. He actually came to me I think it was about a couple of weeks ago, MT. And he said to me, he said, his brother had passed, I think it was stomach cancer back in November 19. And his daughter was looking for a ride. And obviously he's up in Nottingham. So he's I'd say about 100 miles from me. And no way that my ZX7 would have got up there. And obviously it's not the most comfortable bike in the world for a young passenger. Jumped on a couple of pages. And I spoke to, obviously being a ZZR owner, I spoke to the guy on the ZZR owners page and put the post up. The response that he got, literally, they were falling over themselves to who wanted to be on the bike. So not only has he got himself a ride out of it for his daughter, but he's also got himself, I think it's about a 20 bike escort as well to get his daughter to the prom. That is going to so make her day. And he was like, none of them wanted any money for it, but he's like, oh, it's like really, really appreciate. And that is what we do. That's what bikers do. Someone has a problem, we all jump in and help out, which is obviously what I am doing for Salty and the Sprinkles with his PTS dog. Because it's a good cause. Let's get in and help these guys out. And the link is still rolling along the bottom, so check that out. Facebook.com EMS Angels Bayou City. Jump on their page, and any donations to help them out with this PTSD dog are obviously gratefully appreciated. I'm sure the guys would love to get this this PTS dog for this girl. So all goes to a good cause. Great worthy cause for them.
Well, Salty's going to call him a caravan now. And I say that because we just call him a fifth wheeler, an RV here, and everybody I know in the UK calls him a caravan. So, mind you, they're a little bigger here. So,
right, let me just post this stream. Anyone that wants to obviously jump in on the StreamYard link again, the link is going up. All you need to do, jump on there, come and join us in the room. All you need is a webcam and a microphone. Just make sure that if you do come in that you turn your YouTube off or mute your YouTube. you're very, very welcome to join us in the show. There are loads watching tonight. I've got 15 people sitting here at the moment, and let's have one of you guys. And it's good to see, obviously, in the side chat, MT Belly, he's got his subscriber award, because there is YouTube subscription now where you can jump in on my channel, and it starts from 99p, goes right up. But obviously, with the higher subscriptions, you get a free t-shirt or a free badge. And if anybody does want a free badge, and I don't think this is going to work with the green screen, but
Yep.
yeah, so it's basically that logo behind, nice big sticker. If anybody does want a sticker off of me, then drop me a message on my YouTube channel, send me your address, and I'll get you one in the post free of charge. Send me your address on DM me, Brad, and I'll send you a sticker out to stick on your wall. So
yeah, I'll swap you one. I got stickers finally. So anybody that wants them, I've had a whole bunch of people DM me on Instagram. So a whole bunch of them are in the mail. Setzer, Salty, your guys are on the way. But yeah, Rev, I'll send you some once. Are you near Wibley?
I'm just round the corner from Wibley, yeah. So I think he's about 50 miles from me.
Oh, okay. I wonder if maybe I just send them all to you.
Well,
Jim's right, not too far from you either, right?
Jim was meant to come up and see me last Sunday. He was meant to do a run to Super Sausage, but he had food poisoning.
He got sick. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he went. He wasn't a well man, so I can understand him not wanting to get out. So, yeah, but as soon as he's up and running, I'll get him up to Super Sausage. We can sit up, go and have a cup of tea and have a run out. But I'm going to when I get to Z, I'm going to start obviously getting out, going down and see Western Supermoto vlogs, have a run up and go and see if we can get up to, oh God, what's his name, up in Scotland, go and see Gavin and that, and go and catch up with Z-Head as well. So, you know,
well, maybe I'll just send you a whole bunch. And then you can go
out and deliver them.
You see the guys, the UK post is expensive, right? Plus, it's a crapshoot whether it actually gets there now. The way the mail is lately.
Yeah.
So, and then you can put one at Super Sausage for me.
I could do that. I've got my one up already. Mine is actually on the tea urn at Super Sausage. So every time they go to make a cup of tea, my sticker is sitting on there. Drop me a message. Yeah, cheers.
Perfect.
Yeah, if anybody wants a sticker, then drop me a message on Instagram, drop me a message on Facebook, just send me your address and I'll get one in the post for you. And obviously, if you do subscribe to the channel, we're doing the t-shirts as well. So they are just here, and they come in nice little jiffy bags as well. So the guy that does my t-shirt, he actually marks them up small, medium, large, and ladies. And they all come pre-formed. So on the back, you've got the official grip it, twist it, and rev bomb. And then on the front, you've got the green Kawasaki. So that's the first design. Right. And then obviously my other design is the logo behind me. So you have a choice of the original Kawasaki or the rev bomb Kawasaki. But it's great how he just bundles these up and puts them in little sandwich bags, so they don't degrade and they don't fade.
Nice.
But yeah, it's great when you say to him, "Can I have 100 t-shirts?" And he's like, "Do you realise how long it's going to take me to fold that lot up and put them in bags?" But they're worth every penny. So, and we've got someone sitting in the side chat. Let me bring him in. It's the man himself, Mr. Carl Dutz.
Finally get to see Carl. Wow, I haven't seen you forever, buddy.
I know, it's been a long time, Brad, hasn't it? I've been the same as you. Every time one of you guys has had a live stream, I've had to work. So,
good to see you.
What doesn't happen when I'm at work?
What's all this? Hey,
I know, it's coming off soon. It's coming off. There's too much blonde in it now.
Blonde. Is that what you call this crap?
There's too much blonde, yeah.
Yeah.
So for all the guys that don't know Carl, just introduce yourself. Tell us all about you.
Hello, I'm Carl, and that's it. But I've got some stickers. If you know what you were saying about stickers before, I've got some stickers now as well. So
brilliant.
I'd like to do a swap with anybody that wants to do a sticker swap. I have also got these on special offer. They cost me £3. Fridge magnets.
Ooh.
Fridge magnets. I'm thinking to myself, fridge magnets? Everybody's going to laugh at that and say,
No.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's
But,
really cool.
£3. So
Let's see what you're wearing there, Carl.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Damn straight. Represent.
We've all got them. We've all got them.
If you should see
them.
the front of my fridge, I have, oh Christ, last count about 30 to 40 fridge. Everywhere we go on holiday, or if we go out for a day, we buy a fridge magnet. And we had a little tiny single door fridge. We had to buy an American fridge to take the stickers.
Rev, I think you need to kick Gareth out if you see his last statement there.
Fridge magnets are for old people. Well, yeah,
Out.
but
Out.
he obviously knows, being the age he is.
Yeah, he's got fridge magnets.
I would agree with that. That's why I was skeptical about getting them in the first place. But for £3, I thought you've got to have them. I've got my mobile phone plan is Vodafone, and every Friday you get Vodafone. You get like a gift off them, and it's usually cheap crap for even cheaper, So, and this week and the other week it was fridge magnets. So 12 for £3. So
that's not bad.
Whoever wants to be an old man and have a fridge magnet, I am that geriatric dealer.
I will take part in that.
We've got a quick one from Tom. Oh, I've got to answer this. This is hilarious. What bike did you have before the ZX7R? I actually had a CBR 600F, which was a 1999. Absolutely immaculate. And if you happen to know Milton Keynes, every year we do what's called the Milton Keynes Bike Show, where all the dealers all meet at the local football stadium, and it's basically the entire outside. It's about 3/4 of a mile all the way around the stadium, normally about 100 stalls, and then inside they do the bike show. The CBR 600 was meant to be in for the bike show. The Thursday I took it down the garage to have it valeted, have it all cleaned up, all the panels, if you know what G3 is, basically rubbing compound, give it a nice clean, lacquer it. They finished it. It was gleaming, and I went to ride it home, and I had a DHL van, which is the local postal courier out here, pull out in front of me sideways on his mobile phone, and I stuffed the bike into the side of the van. So that put paid to the CBR 600F. But from 17 onwards, so obviously passed my test at 17, I went straight to ZX9 at 17. Loved it, had it for 3 months, not enough power, and went out and bought myself a Z1300. So if you know what the big Z13s were like back in the 80s and 90s, 6-cylinder, huge, great hulking beast. Had that a month, didn't like it, too heavy, couldn't hold it up. And then I jumped onto a Laverda Jota 1000. Then I went to a Moto Guzzi Le Mans Mark II, and then spent about 10 years jumping between Fireblade 600s, Fireblade 600s, back to Kawasaki. And obviously my last one was a 600F. I've now got the ZX7, and then coming in August, we've got the ZZR 1400.
Nice.
I think the Z650 was my must-have bike, and I had a 83 650, or was that on the 750? Can't remember now. But I've had one of each, and I had a 1983. I think it was a 750 actually, Z750. But they were the bikes I grew up wanting. Back in the like late 80s, early 90s. They were the bikes I grew up wanting, and I ended up having to have one. I had one before I passed my test, actually.
One of the big ones we had at Super Sausage, and obviously, if you look at some of the video from last week or the photos that I took, one of the guys actually had the new Z900 Kawasaki, and it looks exactly like the old ones did back in the 80s. Such a gorgeous looking bike.
Yeah.
Would I buy one? Hell yes. It's an upright. It's naked.
Yeah, I'd have one again. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gorgeous looking bike.
There were that it was that time when I was in my mid-teens, and there were the bikes that all my mates wanted them bikes, and finally got one, and it was hard work actually. It was hard work, but I would have another one, yeah.
Definitely. What I am going to do, bear with me. I am going to drop out. I am going to get rid of this a minute. That's better. I'm going to get rid of the green screen behind me because I've got so much processing going on. That's why the video's flickering around. So we're going to lose the green screen for the moment.
Green screen sucks up some power. Yep.
Just under there, if you can just about see it, obviously, just up the top, I have my new sticker board. So I've got my Andrew Harper where we did the ride for PC Andrew Harper. I've got a huge sticker board that goes across the top. And we've got the stickers from Dad and Mad a couple of weeks ago. So I thought I'd give Dad and Mad a mention. But yeah, that is basically the bike wall. And a couple of GoPro, my cheap action cameras are there. But the new one arrived this morning and it's still in the Amazon box. So I've got to unpack that in a minute. So I've gone and bought myself a 360 camera.
Oh, did you now?
Yeah.
Oh, everybody's got one of those. I think I'm one of the few people that doesn't have one already.
Well, I tried the Samsung. I went and got a cheap and cheerful Samsung Gear 360. It was good, but it was the actual software to roll the camera backwards and forwards was a pain in the ass.
No.
Tried a couple of these cheap Chinese knockoff imitations for about 50 quid. Yeah. 240 was the resolution, the maximum res you could get out of it. I was like, okay. And then of course, obviously, Spicy 110 said to me about it. There's loads of people that said you can't beat the Insta 360. All the big bike bloggers are using the Insta 360. Yeah, it was. The Insta 360 is a nice camera, but then you realise why they call it the 360 because that's how much it is.
Oh, is that right? That's over 500 here.
Yeah, I managed to get pick one up. Yeah, so £360. You get the camera, you get the little tripod that the little pole that mounts it on the bike. You get the charging socket and the little bag to put it in. But if you want the extras, you're looking at another 100.
Really? Wow.
What's the extras?
You get a little tripod to sit it on. You get a little waterproof cover, so if it does rain, but the thing's waterproof anyway. Yeah. And then you get spare cards for it. It's basically like they call it an accessory pack. When you actually price everything up, you probably realise it's going to cost you about 75, and they market it out £100. So they're making money out of it.
Yeah.
They know how to make money out of an accessories pack, but I'll sit with what it is for the moment. I'll just try the camera. We're going to try it once. If I like it, because the thing with it, you get a 30-day money back guarantee on it. And I'm like, all right, let's try it for 30 days, see what it's like. And if it's not for me, then it's going back in the box and I'm having my money back.
I see Midway from the bike says that Setzer's got the GoPro 180. Setzer has everything.
I know.
He's the master of toys. Yeah.
You'll have to come back on Friday and report on the Insta, see what that's like.
Well, we're going to try and shoot of it because obviously it's bank holiday. But I'm gonna get it up. I'm gonna have a play with it over the weekend, see what it's like, how to do some short sort of just in the garden and then just see what it's like because they reckon it does motion tracking as well. So I'm going to find what that's like. Give it a try out, see what the editing software is like, and just have a play over the weekend before I go and because the last thing I want to do is go and do a bike video and then make a complete and utter balls up of it, and it comes out looking like something that a 2-year-old's done. So I'm going to have a play around with it first, see what it's like, and then we'll see where we go from there.
So Rev, it looks like engineering wants to have one more quick meeting here in about 15 minutes. So I'm going to have to bail out, go get on I need my computer here for my Zoom meeting. So
that's fine. Don't forget, we need some more cooking videos.
Actually, there's one in the cooker as we speak, so to speak.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and it's something I think maybe you'll try.
I shall definitely have a go with it. Yeah, brilliant. Have a great bank holiday anyway, Brad.
Thanks. Have a good one.
That's all right. Good to see you on. Take care.
See you, Carl.
See you later, Brad. Cheers.
So, Paul M's just joined us in the room. So, hiya, Paul. Good to see you. And if you don't know Carl, if you don't know who Paul is, he tends to hang out. He follows so many of us guys.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
yeah, but his posts are so on point. I've got a guy that follows me, called the Master Venger. He's an older biker, but his comments, some of the stuff that he says about Lambrettas and scooters and the Chinese bikes, is like, he's just so spot on. And Paul's exactly the same. He just tends to say it as he sees it, and that's why you know, that is the best thing you can get from obviously your followers. Is just down the middle, say it as you see it. If they don't like your video, then brilliant. Why don't you like the video? And let's make it, you know, let's find a way of how we can make it better every time.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want somebody to comment, and Paul does. He comments on them all, and it's usually good stuff. Yeah, relevant as well.
Very, very right. I'm just
well
gonna,
done, Paul. Keep watching.
Yeah, keep watching, Paul. Yeah, I'm just going to chuck some just down the bottom on the tickers. That's rolling along the bottom of the screen. So this is why we started this stream, obviously, just to give Salty and Sprinkles a bit of a mention. If you haven't heard the story, and if you've clicked through the video and you're not seen the first bit, Salty and Sprinkles and the EMS Angels group out in Texas, in Houston, Texas, Bayou City, are trying to raise money for a PTS dog for a first responder. Roll the video back and Salty explains what it's all for. But Sets of Pendants, if you go to facebook.com, Sets of Pendants, or if you happen to go to this one, which is the EMS Angels, Bayou City, there is a donation on there. You can donate straight off your Facebook using your PayPal or your card. Even if it's just a couple of pounds, you know, or even £5. One of those dogs, you're looking around about $6,000 to $12,000 for a decent dog. So the more money that they can raise, obviously they're doing this PTSD run. All the bikers in America are going to jump out on that. But the more people we can get, obviously donating to that, and it's good to help out sort of the, you know, our people that are emergency medical services people, our military. And talking of military biker is on in about 3 hours or 4 hours or so. So if you happen to be staying up late tonight, you're not going to work tomorrow, get yourself onto YouTube. I think he's going to be live around about 1 o'clock in the morning.
1 o'clock. Yeah, 1 o'clock.
If I can stay awake for it, I very much doubt it, because I've got to be back at the garage at 6 in the morning. So
yeah, I just come back off holiday today, so I'm afraid I'll be missing this one as well. I'll be missing his as well. So
I shall probably catch up on it in the morning. So we are, oh God, I think about 45 minutes in or so. We're gonna stick around for about another 5-10 minutes or so.
Yeah, that sounds good. I've just come back off holiday, so I've been away for a week, so I'm absolutely shattered. I'm absolutely shattered. That's why I won't be stopping up for military bikers. So
definitely, Paul, looking at Paul start motor. Yeah, it needs about. I'll tell you what you need to do, Paul. Do something different. Get yourself a bicycle with some playing cards in the back wheel and just video in, like, this is my bike, and then do a long shot of the bicycle. I'm sure that will get some great views on that. The humorous things are really taking off at the moment. Quick one for Giblet. Hiya, Rev. LXR at 6'4". Yeah, definitely. Don't try the LXS. You won't fit on it. But the LXR, with the new seat height compared to the old Euro 4 model, go, as I say, go and sit on a bike. Try it for size. If it's comfortable for Spicy, and he's about the same height as me, same as height as you, because Spicy is very, very tall, long in the leg, 6'4". I think LXR, you managed to fit yourself on it. So yeah, give it a go. But as I say, don't go looking at a photo. Try a bike for size before you decide. See if it is the one for you. It took me ages of hunting through. Obviously, I love my ZX7. It's not going anywhere. But I looked at BMWs. I looked at an Africa Twin. And it wasn't until obviously I saw Z-Head and the ZZR. And one of the guys at Super Sausage had one. I had a run on it. And I'm like, do you know what? I am not going to get a better bike than a ZZR. It's all singing, all dancing. It does what I want it to do. It's a touring bike. It's also semi-sports bike. It's a hyper bike. It's got the acceleration there if you want to be absolutely stupid and twist the wrist, but it will take your license. But it's what suits you as an individual rider. Everyone said to me, the best touring bike you can buy is the BMW GS. get yourself a 1250 GS. I do not like BMWs because it's a boxer engine. I think it's an ugly looking bike, but it is the best selling #1 touring bike in the world. Everybody owns a GS. But then again, I just don't like them. I think it's an ugly bike, and it's all down to personal opinion.
I've got a S1000R. I think it's a beautiful bike, but it's not good for touring.
Exactly, it's one. Yeah, it's another license taker.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, you've got to be careful on it. But yeah, it's definitely no good for touring. The only thing you do with like sports bikes, you come often with bad backs and aching wrists and that. And this is mine's a naked, but after 2 hours, you're feeling the same. You feel as if you've been on a sports bike, right?
Yeah. But that was the reason, because obviously I'd done a run to Leicester and back. I think it was about 42 miles, and I got back to Super Sausage and got off, and my arms and my back and my wrists were killing me. And it wasn't until obviously Jeff said to me, "But here's the keys. Take my ZZR out." And I took it down the local dual carriageway for about 4 miles. Took it nice and steady, sitting there thinking, this is really comfortable. And it wasn't until I come back down the other side, and it sits at 6 gear, about just under 4,000 RPM, and you're doing 70 mile an hour. And I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, this has got a red line of 12.5. Where do we go from here? And I opened it up, and I got to 6,000. I thought, oh, let's see what the power band's like. And I gave it too much. I gave it a flick of the wrist and brought the front end up. And I'm thinking, oh, Jesus Christ, we're back down. And then I was sitting it, and I thought, God, I've got to be doing a ton here. I looked down, I was at 138, and I'm like, back off. Okay, you don't realize how fast they go, and before you know it, it is going to take your license. So you have to watch it with the hyper bikes. So final little bit of the feed, and we're just going to catch up on everybody. Couple of people have just messaged me, so yeah, are you going to do another stream next week? We shall see how we go. I've currently got 2 videos in edit, so the Royal Alloy GT125 is going up tonight. I'm going to try and get the LXR red and black, because obviously Lexmoto are pestering me to get this video up. We rode it about 9 hours ago. I actually took it out this morning when I put the Instagram photo up. Ride test coming up. Put me drift on, got back to the garage, and went to pull the footage off and corrupted the footage doing the download. And I'm like, no. So we had to go out and reshoot the video again. And that was done about 3:30 this afternoon. But that is currently editing on my computer. So as soon as we get that done, that will probably be up tonight or first thing tomorrow morning. Any plans for the weekend, Cole?
No, I'll be going out on bike if I get the chance, if the weather holds out. I've just got that message that you sent us midlife with a bike, and I'll sort that as soon as I get off here. I'm not I'm not tech enough to do 2 things at once, so I'll see that later, mate. Yeah, that's definitely a go. I think if the weather holds out, we went to Centre Parks. We've been Centre Parks this week, and so I usually go on the bike, and I meet the wife there. So I've got footage of that, so I'll be doing that. Hopefully I'll get that done for next week or so. And that's about it, really. Nothing much planned. I think I'll be shaving this off. It's getting too itchy.
That's why mine went as well. The missus like, get rid of the damn thing, and I went, okay. Quick one. Obviously, Nitro, what's happening with the Hunter 50cc replacement? They are not doing the Hunter anymore. We are not doing the Aspire. At the moment, we don't know, because obviously Lexmoto haven't told us if they're going to be doing a geared 50 this year. There is obviously the electric versions in. The Cypher is selling like a hotcake. And if you've seen the Cypher, obviously 40-mile range, that thing does 30 mile an hour, but it's about 4 seconds to get it to 30 mile an hour. You can unrestrict it at 16, but you can unrestrict that bike and do 45 mile an hour. What 16-year-old is not going to want a bike that does 45 mile an hour flat out, and is as quiet as hell? You're going to be whizzing around everywhere on it, but obviously you're meant to be restricted to 30 at 16, but can be unrestricted. And for the price, you've got a 2-year warranty on it. is absolutely, we are selling them by the, I can't get ciphers quick enough, because as soon as I get them, I sell them, get no one, sell it. And obviously most 16, 17-year-olds love them. The electric bikes are great if you've got a camper van, or if you want something short, you know, something small that you can just chuck in the shed and not worry about, you know, petrol flopping around all over the place, or having to service the damn thing. All you've got to service is the electric motor, the brakes and bolt check. So a lot easier to service those. But the Cypher is an absolutely amazing bike. So we always say the future is going to be electric. Give it another 10 years, electric bikes are going to be competing with the big brands. I'm waiting for them to put out something that looks like the big CB 1000, CBF 1000, or that looks like a decent motorcycle, but with an electric motor on it that's going to have the range, because obviously the range is the big thing at the moment. If you could get 200 miles out of a bike, and the only one to compete on it is that Damon Hypersport. So if I win the lottery tonight, we'll be going to Canada to go and buy one.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'll come with you.
Yeah, we'll go out. We'll go out and have a weekend with Brad, and then bring a Damon back. But yeah, they did message me saying, you know, obviously once we get a UK distribution out, I'm up for the first test ride. So you know, they will keep me going. Nitro, obviously, I'm going to smile politely and say, watch this space. That is all I can say. Because obviously under a dealership, we are obliged to obviously not put out what Lexmoto are doing. All I can say is watch this space coming in probably the next 2 to 3 months, an enduro version, and it's not going to be the Assault. There's going to be a motocross version. The possibility of electric, it's like that at the moment. There are talks ongoing, but that is all I can say regarding a 125 electric. They may not do it, they may do it, but obviously Yadia is the biggest Chinese bike electric bike company out, and they don't just do those scooters, they do lots of others as well. Super Socko, I wouldn't touch Super Socko with a barge pole. It is a 125 equivalent, but the range isn't all that, the spares aren't all that, and do they last? No. So I wouldn't touch a Super Socko with a barge pole. Quick, yeah, perfect, absolutely spot on. As I say, Paul says it as he sees it. When the charging infrastructure is worldwide, electric vehicles are lower priced than combustion, everyone may switch to electric. But at the moment, if you work out how much damage lithium batteries are doing to the climate at the moment, is it worth carrying on with petrol? Is it worth doing lithium? It's 50-50 again. But there are talks that obviously Lexmoto are looking to do more bikes, but at the moment, watch this space because we don't know where we're going. Carly's
Sorry,
still there.
I was listening to. There was a clatter, so
that's all right. Quick one from Gavin: oil and gas industry will never allow a fully electric community. No, because you're going to be losing profits left, right, and centre. So Cypher's quite small. Yeah, bigger bike. It might be on the market to come out soon. So right, we're coming up for 10 o'clock anyway. We're about an hour in. And obviously solid state batteries are nearly here. So yeah, it may get better. Very, very true, guys. Very, very true. Electrics will never get you that. Have a listen to the Damon Hypersport. That sounds like a turbine when that thing is running. But you know, let's see where we go. At the end of the day, the bike that I had a look at this week, that Harley Breakout, and obviously if Gavin's in the room, he'll know what a Breakout is. That I love the V-Rod. I thought the V-Rod would be my favorite Harley, and it still is my favorite Harley, until I sat on that Breakout, and I'm like, oh my god, the comfort, the sound of it, the feel of it, the look of it, and I'm like, yeah, would I buy a Breakout if I had the money? Yeah, I'd replace the ZZR with a Breakout in a flash. That is the one bike that was like, I looked at it and thought, that is just, you look at it and it just puts a glint in your eye. Quick one, Barry, yeah, Good night, everybody. I hopefully see you down. See you down the cafe on Sunday, Barry. I should be there from about 9 o'clock. So I have a two-stroke, but I'd have an electric. Yeah, I still love the smell of two-stroke oil. That is the one thing that I do miss when we used to bang around on the fizzes and the little two-stroke 50s. They were absolutely beautiful. MT, put speakers on your bike. Pick which. Someone, I actually said that on one of the videos, because we took out, I think it was the Impulse, and it's got speakers in. And I said a lot of the electric bikes now have Bluetooth capability with the speakers in the bike. It needs someone to come up with an app that you can actually do a bike sound and Bluetooth the bike sound on a sat nav. So as you're getting faster and faster, your bike sound's going up. Someone has actually cottoned on to what I said and made an app. I don't know if the app's been released yet, but they messaged me and said, we've made an app where it's hooked into your GPS. And it works out your road speed. The faster you go, the more the tone goes up and down. And you can have a Harley sound, you can have a Yamaha sound, you can have, but obviously they've got to be very, very careful on the copyright of taking a bike sound, because they don't know where they where they go copying someone's engine note, whether they're going to get done for copyright of an engine note. I don't think they will. But they're going to say, oh, thank you very much for the donation, Tom. Have I ever been on a track day? I have done loads of track days. I've done Silverstone. The only one that I haven't done, and it's probably one of the best tracks in the UK, everybody goes on about Cadwell Park. That is the only track in the UK that I haven't ridden. Zedhead's here. All right, we might stay on for a little. Stay on for a bit longer then.
I know. I was just going to go. I was just going to say I'm gone.
Yeah, Zedhead's turned up.
Is he coming on?
He may do if he jumps in the room. Zed, I shall. I'll put up the channel for you, Zed. So bear with me. Let me just go across to the YouTube.
You need to post that comment again off Paul where he says about his motorcycle game, his bicycle. Now that is a video that everyone will watch. You've got to do that one, mate.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. Yeah, the Harley Davidson sound wouldn't cost too much. That's very, very true. So yeah, that's something to think about. I'm off now. Take care, Minty. So Minty's off. Have yourself a good one, Minty.
Mate.
Yeah, have a great bank holiday, mate. Yeah, just going back to what Tom said to me. Obviously, track days. So I've done most of the tracks in the UK, and the best thing is you're not going to get caught by the old Bill hammering around like an absolute lunatic. 9 times out of 10, you can hire their bikes. You haven't got to take your own. You can go and use the school's bikes. We did one at Mallory Park, and I'd say it was about 4 or 5 years ago. We did an R1 track day at Mallory. I think it was about £200 for the day, but you have your dinner, you can have your drinks, obviously liquid refreshments, not beer. But we went and did a track day down at Mallory, and they actually had the rider that was instructing us. You spend the first couple of hours in class, and they show you the track, they show you a video of the track, where your rides are. You go out, you do your first ride really slow, and you're literally riding at 50, 60 mile an hour, and you take the track really slow and you do 5 laps. Then we went down, and then it's just a free-for-all. You just go out and you absolutely hammer around like lunatics. Muppet here went out and spent £500 on a set of Dane Easy levers just to look the part for the track day. So air hump on the back, their helmets, put me Dane Easies on, and I like to start from the back of the pack. So 10 lap, they gave us a 10 lap race, and it was like, yeah, all right, the winner gets a little trophy, but you've got to hunt this MotoGP test rider down. 4 laps from the end, I'm up in second place and hunting the guy down, and he's obviously done the turn and look over the shoulder, watching me. I'm coming up behind you, mate, and he just blitzed it. He left me standing. I'm like, okay. He was riding easy, and then he obviously turned. He put, right, okay, if you want to see how fast he went for it. I went into the first corner of the straight to see him going down the straight into his corner. So we're literally the whole straight of Mallory Park away. He's gone into the first corner. As he's gone into the second corner, the back end's gone it, and all I saw was him tumbling off into the gravel. Right, okay, so I've got the lead. until I took the bump on the Mallory track. If you know what the Mallory track's like, you've got that bump about halfway down the Mallory Straight. I took off, landed to realise there's a big black patch of oil sitting right in the middle of the track, and I run straight through it with both wheels. And then the back end started snaking. I'm like, uh-oh, death wobble, here we go. Only thing to do, pull the bike to the left, drop it, slide it, and I slid down, ended up in the gravel, picked the bike up, went back to the pits, all right, to see him back in a pickup. And he was like, I said, how are you? He went, yeah. He said, did you hit the oil? And I went, yeah. What was it? He said, I took off so hard. When I come down, I actually cracked the sump on the bike. And left his oil all over the track, but he was already leaning for the first corner when he came down. So obviously the oil missed his wheel. By the time he'd gone down the straight and took the second corner, he'd coated the back wheel in oil. So no traction, lost it there. I ended up taking the entire back out of my Dane Easy levers. I've got the photo somewhere on my phone because it is the most hilarious photo, because I've got two little round patches and you can actually see me arse cheeks through my levers. So I could send them off to Salty, and he could probably use them as a pair of leather chaps for one of the Blue Oyster Club or something. Quick, there's a load of quick questions coming in. Burning gas all in us. That's a good idea. Electric bike, crazy frog sound. Everybody would soon notice you. Good one from Zed, Harvard University. Interesting breakthrough in lithium-ion technology. They've designed a new way of manufacturing the batteries, charged faster, more stable, and better power. Very, very true.
It's only going to keep happening as well, isn't it? They're going to get better and better.
It's going to get better and better and better.
Yeah.
So start the video, put it on the motorcycle gear, cutting to the road while riding. Great idea, Paul. You've got to do this. You've got to do it. Let's just see how it goes with that one. Another quick one from Gavin. Amazing, though, that everything that covers the battery is made from oil and gas. Very, very true. Absolutely spot on. Still without his bike. And the final one, quick one from Empty Belly. Don't really like lithium-ion batteries. Yeah. Too many e-cigs bursting flames. Who buys e-cigarettes these days? Stick to the real ones. They're a tenner a packet, but you're going to die both ways. So you might as well go out happy. So StreamYard link is down there, guys. We're going to run on for about another 5-10 minutes. So Zed, if you want to jump on, I did put the link up for you, buddy. So I'll put it up again. If anybody wants to jump on the stream really, really quickly, come and join us in the chat.
You jump on, Zed, and I can jump off because I'm knackered. I'm going to bed.
I've got enough for about six more people here. So I haven't bought the full subscription yet. I refuse to pay StreamYard for something I'm not going to have loads and loads of people on. So we just click those couple of quick ones there. There we go. Right. So link is up. Come and join us in the stream. I'm going to go for about another 5-10 minutes or so because I have to be up at 5 in the morning to get to the garage. The boss is away on holiday this week. He's gone off to Devon for the weekend. So I am basically the manager tomorrow. So, and I've got 3 mechanics in that I've got to manage tomorrow, and the phone's on my own. So I shall come home slightly stressed tomorrow, but the best bit is the Ninja's going. I'm taking the Ninja down the garage tomorrow. So my senior bike boy is in. I've said to him, right, I said, you've got a free hour tomorrow. You can polish and clean my bike, get the Autosol out and give it a shine. He's like, how much am I getting for that? You can have 60 quid for it. So if anybody wants to jump in, you've got last couple of minutes, guys. Come. Oh, he's playing golf at St Andrews in the morning. So yeah, Zed's off. We're going to call it quits now. Thank you very, very much. I'm just going to put this link up again very, very quickly, guys. I'm just going to roll this across the bottom of the screen. So facebook.com, Sets of Pendants. Pop onto his Facebook channel. And then the main one is these guys. Facebook again, EMS Angels, Bayou City. If you type that in, or just go onto your Facebook and just search EMS Angels for Bayou City. They are raising money for this PTSD dog. So, you know, donations gratefully accepted. All the money you can send, even if it's just 10 pence or 20 pence, you know, is if 20 or 30 people do that, we're going to start getting their money up for them. So, you know, as much as you can, guys. PTSD dog, it goes to a good cause, worthy cause. You know, it's not matey boy round the corner that's lost his job or whatever, and he needs some money so he can go and buy some beers. this is a really good cause. So, you know, I've already stuck a load in. I'm going to try and do, you know, something at the weekend down at Super Sausage, share it out as much as I can for these guys. But every little helps, as Tesco say in the UK. But for everybody that's come on, thank you very much for obviously popping in, the likes, the subscribes. I'm going to try and get these 2 videos up before I finish tonight. So I'm going to spend a bit of time editing, try and get these 2 videos up. But we should be about over the weekend. If you happen to be near Milton Keynes, we are going to be at the Super Sausage this coming Sunday. Pop on down, see Rev Bomb on the bike. And obviously anybody in the room, we have got the stickers up. So if you do fancy one of these, let me just drag it out, free of charge. Where are we? There we go. Get it up on the camera. Make sure I'm on the StreamYard, not on the YouTube. So if you do want a Rev Bomb sticker, drop me a DM. You can drop me a DM on the Insta or drop me a DM on the Facebook. Send me your address and I'll stick you one of those in the post free of charge, and I'll even pay the postage for you.
I'll send you one of mine back.
Yeah, nice one, Carl. Drop us
a fridge magnet.
Anyway. And a fridge magnet. All right. Have yourself a good one, Carl. Anyway, so thanks for being on. And everybody, have a great weekend. It is bank holiday. If you're out riding, as I always say, be well, ride safe. And from myself, Rev Bomb, and from Carl, it's a big good night from us. Take care, guys. Have a good one.